In this example, we're asked to compute an indefinite integral informally by guessing and adjusting with the chain rule, and then formally by using a u-substitution. And so when I look at this integral, I see a function of sine x, that's sine x all raised to the fifth power, sitting right next to the derivative of sine x. And that sounds a heck of a lot like we've used the chain rule to obtain this thing. So I have a variable thing to the fifth and sitting right next to the derivative of the interior, which kind of takes care of the effects of the chain rule. How do I get the antiderivative of a variable thing to the fifth? That would be 1/6 that variable thing, in other words, the sine function, to the sixth power. And while that may seem a little bit reckless, if I differentiate it and come out with the integrand I'm looking at, then it must be correct. So I'm going to take the derivative with respect to x. I get 1/6 derivative of sine to the sixth with respect to the sine function, which is going to give me 6 sine to the fifth. And then the chain rule says you've got to multiply by the derivative of the sine function with respect to x. 6's cancel, and I do get what I started with. And so the final answer for this indefinite integral is 1/6 sine to the sixth x plus c. Okay, we could have done this by using a formal u-substitution, but you still need to recognize like what's the inner function that you're trying to sub for. And in this case, my inner function is the sine function. The sine function is all raised to the fifth power here, so I'm going to say let u equal sine x. That means du is going to be cosine x dx. And then I can transform my integral. I already have a cosine x dx sitting in the integrand, so that's du. And then sine to the fifth x is just u to the fifth, so I get u to the fifth du. I guess the antiderivative, 1/6 u to the sixth plus c, and then I replace u with sine x. And our two answers agree, so we're done. If you find the math content on Zach's Lab helpful, click on the Zach's Lab logo on the right to browse playlists and subscribe to the channel. I produce dozens of new videos per month, and subscribing is the easiest way to find new content. Thanks for watching.